We're live, by the way.
All right.
All
Happy
right.
Thanksgiving.
I love it. None of us could think of anything that fit that. So,
I have my moments.
yes, smart and stuff.
I have some moments where I kind of think of things.
I'll think of things and I put them on the show. That's what
I
I
put
do.
I put thinking things in my head, and then their thoughts were had. Yay, thoughts.
Yay! Thoughts! All right, I'm going to go and switch on Alpha Geek.
All right,
Burbles.
Burb. While I'm logging into Twitch, there we go. Hey, creepy, and hello, Bim. I saw you waving. Saw you waving at the place. Hope you're doing well tonight.
It's running.
It's running.
Jenny, it's running.
Well, I'm not running.
Hello. Oh, hello. Time to tweet the D's.
JPC. Now that's a name.
He's got the thing going. It's JPC.
Hello, my name's JPC. Welcome to the chat room.
My cocaine.
My cocaine. JPC's to Just Plain Creepy Show. Hello, Tasia. Welcome aboard.
I
We're
love
gonna
the
have
Michael
us a-
Caine.
You're going to have us a right good time tonight.
Michael Caine.
Time tonight. He kind of choose his words just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Little bit of teeth when he
Teeth?
talks.
Teeth.
Little
oh,
teeth
teeth
when he
marks.
talks.
Teeth marks.
Little teeth. Can't turn my phone off. Vibrate.
I know, like, put your phone away and stuff so that it doesn't buzz through the show.
Jules, we
What?
have 25 days until the meetup.
What?
25 days and then 175 days until BlizzCon.
Oh, I know, I'm so excited. I'm like,
Uh.
I made the trip to Minneapolis and I'm like, I'm going to be back here in a month. That's crazy. I'm going to drive up here in a month again.
I know.
Hopefully some of that construction will be gone.
I hope so too. Oh,
Dick Van Dyke. Yes.
he did just a little bit from Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins.
I have not seen that in so long.
Oh, now you make me want to go see it
It's
again.
been a long time.
Mary Poppins.
Hello, Arlie and Wicked Kitten 13. Miss Killian's in here. She's got some hype going with her emoticons. Oh, those are emojis. Excuse me.
Emojis. Hello.
I'm still in the late 90s, early 2000s.
When is the movie? The movie is June 11th. That is when we are
Yep,
having the
we're-
Warcraft movie meetup.
She said he said when's the move?
Oh, the move.
The move.
So I'll talk about all the stuff about it, about the move. Not movie. I'm a
That's
little
okay.
tired because I drove home from Minnesota.
The I was so silent it wasn't even.
It
in
wasn't
the word.
even there. Jules can't read.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm tired. Yeah, I drove home 4 hours to be here for the show. I could have stayed at Pat's tonight to do the show from his studio, which he was like, you could stay, just stay. But the problem is he and the Lady Crane had tickets to go see Book of Mormon tonight, which was fine. I could be
Oh.
in the house without them.
Yeah.
But I know what Pat's setup is like, and something is going to break, and I can't fix it. And
Yep,
he's
'cause
not
you-
there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dude, I'm not touching it. He's like, no, I'll show you everything. I'll show you. It'll be fine. And I'm like, no, it's going to break because I'm touching it. And you won't be here to fix it. So I'm going to drive 4 hours to go home so I can do it from my show, from my studio. So this might be a
From your
mistake.
studio.
This might be a mistake because I'm really tired. So I'm drinking coffee right now. So that
Uh-oh.
we could
Already?
see all the, oh yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah, I mean this late, yeah, it's gonna be an interesting night. But
Yeah. You're gonna be up pretty late.
well, I am anyway most Sundays. Which I don't
Oh,
work
yeah.
on Mondays. So
Oh, that's right.
I don't go to work on Mondays right now. So so I'll stay up, I'll edit the show, and now with Game of Thrones on, I'll watch Game of Thrones while the show's posting.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so... But I'll avoid breaking someone else. Exactly. I'll break my own gear. But I know what my luck is. And I know what would happen is I would be in the podcast power station and I'd be all set up to go. And he'd be like,
have a meltdown.
You're good. Everything's great. Have a good time. We'll see you when we get home. And then. And I'm like, and then I won't be able to do a show at all. Fade to black. And he's like, well, you're showing so much confidence in my gear. And I said, no. I just know that I'm going to know what to do with it. Because you haven't seen this studio. There's 4 monitors on his desk. There are 3 computers in there. There's a mixer board that is on a stand. It's massive. And I'm like, you're going to teach me how to use this. I know, but maybe not tonight. So, yeah.
Maybe later.
But yeah, that room is tiny. Yeah, there are 4 monitors. That's right, Nika.
There are 4 monitors.
I swore he added one since the last time I was there. I was like, there are 4 monitors on your desk right now. He's like, yeah.
I
and they all have arms on them so they can move around and move up and around. I'm like, dude, this is insane. It's awesome. So
we can't handle monitors of this magnitude.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going to get some more coffee in me and then we can do this thing.
I had some caffeine earlier today. But I did take a nap. I took about a half-hour nap.
Oh, good.
I had a dream that I was at a Star Trek convention. And I met Michael Dorn and then LeVar Burton. And while I was talking to LeVar Burton, I was like, this is weird. I'm saying really dumb things to LeVar Burton. Why can I not talk right? And then I woke up. Because I realized I was in a dream. It was one of those weird... And he was looking at me funny, and then I woke up.
That's funny.
And it was only during maybe a 15-minute nap. That was it.
That's a cool dream, though.
Uh-huh. I was like, oh, man, Michael Dorn. And he autographed I had a thing with had Worf on it where he's holding a bat'leth. He's in his uniform, and he was signing it. And I was like, that's awesome.
That's so cool.
Yay, Michael Dorn. So
JPC wants to know if I'm moving near Pat. Does that mean that we'll have a special third person on Triple T? No. I don't go on to convert to raid, so
no.
I might, if I'm, and we do the show on Sundays, so it's not like I'm gonna be like, oh, let's just do the show from your house. Like if something broke on my system for some reason, then I could always just go over to his house. The place that I found is like down the road from his house, literally.
That's awesome.
It makes my work commute so short.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'll talk all about it at the show so everybody can hear because it's all good news, and I'm tired, but caffeinated in the system, working on it. Mark Honan needs more caffeine.
I do. We don't have any at the house.
When am I replacing Darius on Convert to Raid? Never.
No, never.
Darius is a fixture. He's not going anywhere. You're just going to have to live with him.
Deal with it.
He's a good guy. Darius is a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
No. Don't worry about Convert to Raid. Jules and Pat are working on some stuff.
He would probably join you in singing Reading Rainbow there, Wicked.
Oh, that's true.
Just take a look. It's in a book.
So, hey, can you guys hear this? You may pet my head. Or this? Nope, that's not what I did. This.
You'd think he'd get tired of Grom yelling his name every week.
Girls get hungry too. It's cool down at the drive-thru.
Yep.
There you go.
I do need to clip like that one little parts of it.
I know. I have the whole clip in here, but
yeah.
I should just
Man.
whatever you want me to just. I can just shrink it down to that one piece that you want.
Yeah, I need to find out which part, where it is in the thing. So I could probably just. I've got it somewhere, but it's been a while. It's been a year, so I don't know where it is in the mix.
It has been a year. That's good. So now they can hear the sounds, which is excellent. Excellent. Twitch is telling me it went live. Yes, it did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it did.
Jay just said you were at Pat's all week and still didn't get the fart.
No, but I got it from the damn dog. Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
We got home last night after we went to this birthday party for a friend of theirs, and everybody was tired. We were all tired. I had been up at 5:30. The Lady Crane was up at 5:30, just naturally couldn't sleep. Pat woke up at 1:30 in the morning and just never went back to sleep and worked.
Wow.
So he was tired. We were all tired. So we go back to the house and drinking it. She made us a drink, which is great. She's like an excellent bartender. Made us all a drink. We're just sitting and relaxing. And we're just joking and talking about stuff. And all of a sudden, the dog is laying at my feet. And this smell, and I'm like, did they? Oh, it's the dog. And they're looking at my face. And I'm like, I think Darla just laid out one. And she was, oh. And then all of a sudden the two of them went, oh, we're vacating this room.
Like, oh, there it is.
She just
finally got over to us.
Room. And then she got up. She's like, what? Darla's like, what's wrong?
Darla, the room clearer.
She did clear that room, man.
Woo!
It's like, get out. Get out, get out, get out. That dog has some nasty farting. And they're silent but deadly. So you don't even hear the noise. So
yeah. Let's see here. What is that called? Aha.
All right. Ready? Are you ready?
I'm thinking, is that everything that I blah 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 blah? Yes.
Are you typing in the notes? Because I didn't see you type in the notes.
No, I've got it in my own, because mine's the weird dark themed notes.
Oh, that's fine. Oh, your copy. Okay.
Yeah, I can copy it over into.
No, it's fine. I just.
Dude. You just heard the typing and didn't see any
I'm like,
typing.
are you doing it in the notes there?
There you go.
I'm not doing it, but got it. Cool beans. So chat room, are you guys ready? Now we wait.
Yes, you should run Vault of Archivon, because there's a chance for the grand Black War Mammoth, Black War. It's a 3-person mount, and I have to sneeze. I need to mute the mic.
Look at the light. Achoo? Achoo? Achoo?
No, that is my son. I am a sneeze, father of Achoo. Great strength of feet.
Great strength of feet. Okay.
No ding ding for that wedding ring.
Let's make a podcast. No ding ding without the wedding ring.
That's still one of my favorites.
Oh my gosh.
The
I
night
forget
is
what that's
young.
from.
We're men in tights. We roam around the forest looking for fights.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, let's make a show happen.
Did you say Abe Lincoln?
I'm blinking in 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to Tauren Think Tank, the podcast about the Blizzard gamer behind the keyboard.
It's episode 187 of Tauren Think Tank. Today is Sunday, May 15th of 2016. It is 8:08 in the PM Central Daylight Time. My name is Jules, and we have returned for another lovely episode of Triple T. And with me, as always, is the man with the sneeze. And it's not coming from his knees. It's Mark Conan.
Hey there, Jules. Sorry, I have a little stuff tonight. My sinuses are acting up. I'm so sorry, folks.
And a little know-me, too.
Well, just a little bit. It kind of happens.
No, actually, I'm all right.
Got a little allergies going on there tonight?
Pretty much. It goes nonstop during the spring and then into the summer. Just how it goes,
I know. It's just how it is. But, the sneezing is the sneezing, and that's the thing.
Tis the season for sneezing.
And not from the kneesin'. Sorry.
Not from the kneesin'.
I don't know what that means, and I'm just not going to say it again. So I'll apologize in advance. I'm a little loopy. I'm a little tired. It's been a really, really long weekend for, like, a whirlwind. But I'll talk about all of that in a little bit. Mark Honan, first, tell us what has been going on in these last 7 days since we last heard your dulcet tones.
Well, I did forget to mention one mount that I got last week.
You did?
And I did. And that is one of the ones from Throne of Thunder, the ye old good Clutch of Jikun.
Ooh.
The bird phoenix thingy. Looks great.
Yeah.
Nabbed it. And I'm so excited to have it in the collection. So I meant to say that. And I'm actually working on a few mounts because, I'm always working on mounts, right?
Yes.
But now that we're going towards the end of the expansion, and I've got all the ones that are like, I got to get this, the new thing, got to get that. Oh, I got to get this from this current content, all that. And now I'm going back and getting some of the more mundane ones.
Like?
I'm doing archaeology because I don't have the Ultramarine Karaji battle tank from the Tolvir dig sites.
Mm-hmm.
And they do have a way that you can do current archaeology content but still get the fragments for Tolvir, because you solve all of the current like Ogre, Arakoa, and Draenei orcs, and then you turn those into restored artifacts and then turn those in for Tolvir fragments. And then you do all that. So it's like a big 5-step program to get yourself stuff. And so I'm kind of absent-mindedly doing all of that.
And archaeology is such a snooze fest as it is.
It is. It is. They added a little progress bar down at the bottom of the screen, though, to see how far you are in discovering all of the artifacts in that one dig site, which is cool. But then I just see, I'm like, I got 3 of them. And it's not even a third of the way through the thing. I'm like, is this like a 10 item dig site? Good grief. I'm sitting here forever. So I have to do all of that, all of those. And, just kind of filling in the time, I did get access to the beta last week.
Yes.
So I've been playing around in that a little bit. They're having some issues with phasing, and I can't go any farther in. I got my artifact weapon because I chose Frost.
Okay.
So I got Ebon Chill, and I'm trying to get the order of the class order hall fixed.
Mm-hmm. And
I can't do it because Dalaran phases and the dude I have to talk to disappears. So I've just kind of let it be for a while. I've already submitted 3 bugs. So I'm doing my due diligence, and it's stuff that I noticed in the alpha that they hadn't fixed yet.
Yeah.
Some typos and some weird things with quests, but it was going pretty well, and hopefully they'll have it fixed so that people can kind of keep progressing, because it's a thing across the entire game. It's not just in Dalaran.
Thank you for doing the beta tester work and being a good beta tester and saying this is wrong and we should fix it.
No, you're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
I try to when I see stuff, but a lot of times when I see something, it's a bug they already know about. When I've beta tested stuff before, they're like, "Yep, that's a common issue." There you go. It's a known issue. We know that. You're too slow. You're sitting there in the starting area. We've got people already at level 108 that are working on other stuff.
Yeah, but the thing is that you don't even know if anybody has reported it. So, it's better to report it and say, than not.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I've been doing that a little bit, and hopefully they'll have it fixed so I'm not going to do the whole thing and get to level 110 and stuff, because I still want to enjoy the game when I get there. I've heard reports of people already sick of the expansion, and they've just been playing the alpha and the beta because they've already done everything they want to do. They're like, this game sucks again. done it all. Like, well, you don't. If you want to experience content, just wait.
That's what
Don't
I'm
sit
doing.
around. Yeah.
I'm
I
not
mean,
touching the
it's-
beta. I didn't touch the alpha. I'm not touching the beta.
Mhm.
I just don't. I don't want to ruin that. And I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm not a software tester, so I'm just like,
Yeah, and I'm
just go see it.
just kind of playing around with it. Plus, I wanted to see. I made Bubba Conan, the gnome hunter, so I've got him in there, and I'm going to try and figure out what spec he wants to be. Because if he's Beastmaster, he gets the gun, and it's like it's made. The gun is from Mimron. Mimron himself crafts the gun. Like he's a mecha gnome, so that kind of works. But I don't know. I kind of want the spear to try out the new survival, but I kind of want the bow. So I haven't decided yet. So
Yeah.
just kind of seeing how it's going with the beta. I'm looking forward to when we can copy our characters over just to see how it will work directly.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been doing that back and forth a little bit. And also yesterday I went to the Little Rock Comic Con, which
Oh,
I did not know about a few days before that.
really?
Yeah, I didn't know that we really had very many like Comic Cons and conventions here in Arkansas. I know there's usually one way up in the Northwest once a year.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of like that, but I didn't know there's. And in fact, it was just down the road from where I live. Is like less than 2 miles from the house. So they had a few people there. They had three Power Rangers there, not the core cast from the original Mighty Morphin, but a few of the ones that had replaced some of them that left, like the Red Ranger, Pink Ranger, and the Yellow Ranger were there. Kat, Aisha, and Rocky were their names in the show. They were there, and I didn't get their autographs because I didn't have much money to throw around just to kind of get in there was all I had. But I was standing there talking to a friend of mine who is really big, who has like tons and tons of Power Ranger autographs. And I get a tap on my shoulder, and I look over, and it's Rocky, is the Red Ranger. He's like, "Hey, do you mind taking a picture with this group of people and me? We're trying to get a picture." I was like, "Oh yeah." So I got the picture, took a couple pictures, and made sure it looked good. Because I hate it when you hand off your phone to somebody, you're like, "Hey, can you get a picture?" and it's blurry or looks like crap. It's like I don't want their memory because these photo ops are paid.
Yeah.
So they paid money for that, and so I feel responsible to at least
Take a good
halfway
picture.
decent thing. I handed it back to him. I was like, "Is that okay?" He's like, "Oh yeah, thanks." And I was like, "Oh, that was so cool." And then I kind of got the butterflies after that. I was like, I met a Power Ranger. Because I was a really big Power Ranger nerd back in the original Mighty Morphin days.
Yeah.
Had all the Zords, all the figures, all that stuff. It's still in storage, which is why you don't see it behind me on my nerd wall. But it was just cool to be there, and it's kind of a smaller con. It doesn't hold a candle to BlizzCon or anything like that because it's all in one room.
Was this
But it
one
was really
run by
cool.
Wizard World by chance?
No,
It was not. Okay.
I don't think so. No, it's a local thing.
Okay.
Very, very local.
Yeah.
And they had, in fact, I learned that they had, I forgot his name, but the voice actor for the Lich King was here last year at their event.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know about that. I saw him at BlizzCon this last year at the voice panel, but I didn't know he was just down the road. It's like I could have gone.
I could have seen him. I could have met the Lich King.
That's awesome.
Could have been a contender.
Could have been.
So it was, yeah. So it was really cool. I did spend $9 and I got a little Zoidberg Funko Pop figure, little Futurama figure.
He's
so I've got
cute.
him here on my desk. So I love Zoidberg. He's my favorite character. So I've got him right here next to my screens.
That's
so
awesome.
it was really cool. I was there for a few hours and just walked around, looked at all the vendors and all the cool stuff that they had. A lot of great cosplay. Really good stuff. I was very impressed. And so I'm going to make it a point to come to these whenever they have them here
Good.
locally. So yeah, it was really cool and exciting, and I'm glad I went.
Yay.
Especially because it's down the road.
Seriously.
Why not? But yeah, so while I was doing all of that, you were doing a little bit of travel, a little bit of looking, weren't you? How
lot.
was your?
So this weekend, I went up to Minneapolis, which is a 4-hour drive from Madison. And it was, I was going to go on Friday night after work, and it was pouring rain on Friday. And I've had insomnia issues for months, 6 months. It's been 6 months of insomnia. And so I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I can't sleep. And then on Friday morning, I overslept an hour. I was almost late for work because I was up for hours, couldn't sleep, and then I had forgotten. In my bleariness, I must have set my alarm from AM to PM.
Oh, yeah.
Stupid. So I wake up at 8 o'clock. I'm supposed to be at work at 9. And I was like, ugh, and I have a 30-minute commute. So I was throwing clothes on and like, just like, okay, hair, yeah. And so I just ran out the door and I made it to work on time. So long story short, I decided not to drive up to Minneapolis on Friday night, and which was a really good plan because I got to go to bed early, got really good sleep, and then I got up at 5:30 in the morning. And I got myself ready, got myself packed, and drove up to Minneapolis and got there around 10:45. Perfect. Saw 3 apartments this weekend, 3 very different apartments. Apartment hunting is so weird, man. Like,
yeah,
every place is different and weird. And like, I saw some like, I went into this apartment and I'm like, they're charging this amount for a 600 square foot apartment. Like, what? This is so tiny. And so, yeah. But the good news is that I did find a place that I am looking to rent up there, which is amazing because it's like right down the road from where Pat lives, which means right down the road from where I will be able to commute to my job. And which is awesome. And so the only thing is now I have to sublet my apartment because I can't break my lease.
Yeah.
So somebody's got to rent my place for the rest of the 6 months of the lease that I have right now. So I have to, tomorrow morning, I need to get up and send over the paperwork for the subletting. And then I got to get on Craigslist and start advertising the crap out of it. Right.
Oh, okay. So that's how that works. I was wondering how you were going to do that because I've never had to do that, or I honestly had to look up what subletting was. I had a feeling that it was like renting a apartment for someone else who needed to not break the lease.
And
so yeah, that was
the management company actually takes care of like the whole. They'll have someone go through the application process and all that kind of thing. So it's still like, but I will still be on the lease until it ends in the end of January. So that's the way it works, and then you have to hope that the subletter is a good person that doesn't wreck your place. So then you won't get your security deposit back. So there's a lot of risk there, but I got to do what I got to do. So. So I found is a 1-bedroom townhome, and it's in this like apartment townhome complex, and it has its own garage in it. So I have an attached garage, and a washer and dryer, like full size washer and dryer in the unit, and the cats can run around because they are like stampeders in the morning and at night. Just running, and they're not going to wake up a downstairs neighbor, which is amazing and awesome.
Oh, that's good.
Yes. So I'm just super excited. So now I have to get that part of it done. I have to get the subletting done before I can sign a lease because I don't know if I can move. I'm hoping I can move in July, but all that stuff has to fall into place. So it's like, and then my current employer is like, so when's your last day going to be? And I'm like, I don't know yet. And they're working on hiring somebody to replace me so that I can train them before I leave. And it's like, and then the company is actually physically moving maybe next month. I don't know if it's next month or the month after because they found a different place to go. And I'm like, you wonder why I have insomnia. Like,
that's a lot of pieces in the air right there.
You wonder why I don't sleep at night, And so, yeah. That's all the stuff that's been going on. It was a fabulous weekend for being able to hang out with Pat Crane, my buddy from Convert to Raid and friend from Signals Media, now my new boss.
Yeah.
And
so, now, did he go around with you to the apartments?
Yeah. So he and his wife both did.
Did Mrs. Crane like record it to make like a mini HGTV episode or TLC channel episode, Apartment Hunters or something? Apartment Hunters, Minneapolis.
I got to tell you this one story because it's really, oh my gosh. So we go into this one apartment and they tell me that it's, they call it a handicap unit because it's meant for someone in a wheelchair, for wheelchair access.
Sure.
So they said the doors are wider and the appliances and the countertops are lower. Okay. So we go into this apartment, and it's clearly being rented by a single dude. And the place is disgusting.
Oh.
I have never seen such filth in a bathroom and a tub. I was so grossed out seeing this.
The rings have rings.
The tub was orange, Marconin.
Orange?
It was
now should it
orange.
be white?
Like no, the linoleum or the porcelain or whatever was white.
Okay.
The inside of it was orange from the filth in it.
It's got a CLR in it or something.
It was so
used to put
gross.
something on there.
I've never, and so and it smelled bad, and I'm like, and so I'm sure like they're showing this apartment to the people who are like, hell no, like I'm not
Dude funk.
It was such dude funk. It was so gross. So, oh my gosh, and so, this one was a big fat no, because the appliances were like ancient and everything there was no light in it, and it was like, ugh. So it was gross. So and the guy clearly had not washed his sink after shaving for probably about 4 months.
Yeah. Had all the little bits.
Totally what it is. It's like, oh, it was nasty. So, moral of the story, guys, if you're going to be renting a place and you need to rent it out, freaking clean it. If you know people are coming in to look at it, please.
Yeah. You want to have your best foot forward.
So nasty. So that's what's been going on with me. I mean, lots of updates and stuff. And quick update also about the Well Played party and the Well Played movie event, more likely. Again, sorry guys, I'm loopy. I'm tired because I drove home. I got home at 6:30. Show started at 8. So yeah, it's been a long day. Oh, and Pat and I went to go see Captain America: Civil War this morning too.
That's right.
We did. We went to see it. So it's been a long day. So Well Played movie meetup. Anyway, we are sold out. Can you believe this? We're sold out. 150 tickets claimed. So we have had some people who have said that they are interested in coming, and we're going to be sending out now probably weekly reminders to people that if your plans have changed, please cancel your tickets so that we can get some other people in. So that's the plan. And again, if one of the things to note too is if you are planning to come and you don't have a ticket for the movie, that's okay. Please plan on coming because we've got plenty of things planned around the weekend too. So if you don't see the movie with us, then you can just come and hang out with us for the weekend. Seriously.
Yeah. I mean, we're doing events on like Friday nights when we're all kind of hanging out.
And Saturday.
If you're not going to go see the movie, if you could keep a secret and not say anything, you could go see like an early showing on Friday morning.
Yeah.
Just you better not say anything because I don't want to know.
Yeah. Don't
I want to see it. Don't. I hate spoilers. That's why I stayed away from most of the internet until I got to see Civil War on Tuesday. Yeah. Because I don't want to know anything.
No
Stayed
spoilers.
away from trade chat. Everything.
Spike's
Twitter,
like,
I was
Mom,
like,
you're home and I want you to pet me.
Just a little demanding, that cat.
Yes, he is. Hi, buddy.
So is there going to be anybody else in the theater with us? Do we know that or not? Or is it's just us? Okay, because I was going to feel bad for the one lady taking her kid that really likes World of Warcraft to the movie and then it's like the two of them and then all 150 of us. It's like, we'll just like,
nope.
We'll either scare them or we'll like, you can join our guild. Come on.
Now, I mean, we've been told we're getting a theater to ourselves. So that's our plan.
All right.
Well, I think it might warrant us following up with the guy, but I think we are supposed to get that theater to ourselves. So
sweet.
Which is why the cap. So
that's so awesome.
Yes. Okay. Enough news about us. Let's talk about you guys and your letters for the show. Starting with the discussion topic right now.
Let's kick around some ideas, not gnomes.
Let's do this. Hey guys, I have another email. So this is something that I think would make a good topic for the show. I apologize in advance for the lengthiness. I've spent this last hour, literally Skyping with my brother while he cries. Turns out this is the season for stress for a lot of my friends and family. My brother tells me that he and his wife are expecting, and then he starts to break down. He recently came back from a short deployment in Israel, and the work that he does, while it keeps him from being too much in combat, it still caused some serious trauma. He told me while they went to the Renfest, a cannon went off and it caused him to freak out, and he started crying while in public. This, in turn, led him down the road of questioning, such as, what will happen when the baby is born and something like this happens? Or, what about my wife? How can I control myself from freaking out in front of them? And, oh God, I'm not ready for a child. These are things that I know so many military deal with, and it hurts to sit there and watch him cry and be unable to do anything other than listen and talk. I told him he needs to go to therapy. I told him that hubby and I are here to support him, and I told him that these feelings are normal for new parents. I guess my point is that if you know someone in the military, please, please, please do not ignore their cry for help. His wife's parents have disowned her because she's pregnant by my brother, and it's eating him up inside. He's terrified of telling our parents because they feel like they have absolutely no support. I know my parents will be supportive, even though I fuss about them. That's the one thing they would never do. They would never disown us because we make our own decisions. They just choose to tell us we're making bad choices. Support is so important when a baby comes along, and it's even more important when one of the parents suffers from PTSD. I know it's a lot, but I just thought it might be a good topic for discussion. Thanks, from Nymphadora.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to your brother and his wife on the good news.
Absolutely. And it's wonderful news to have, and a very stressful situation when you feel like you can't share it honestly and celebrate it with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
That's really hard. And so there's two sides of this email. There's the lack of support from her family, which I think arguably is even worse than his side of the family, because she is the one who is birthing the child.
Yeah.
Which is a very, very, very stressful and scary experience to begin with. And then it's his concerns about PTSD, which is part of that too. So I've been talking a lot. Let's let you start.
Yeah, PTSD, like Just Plain Creepy said in the chat room, PTSD is no joke, and he speaks from experience. Mm-hmm. And I've known several friends and one family member who served in combat overseas and came back, and they did have some PTSD. And of course, therapy is like the number one thing I would suggest, because we have a lot more information these days than we did back during World War II. They used to call it shell shock. Mm-hmm. That's what it was originally called, because they didn't really have a term for it. But to see and experience the things they go through, it's a big shock to come back home and have little things like the cannon, or like you're opening a little can of biscuits and it pops, anything like that. Something as little as that, or a car horn going off, that can trigger some memory, and you get this big experience from it, and this episode, I should say, of it.
Right.
So I definitely think that any kind of, VA or group around there, because I know Nymphadora lives near a major metropolitan city.
Right.
There are some options around there, and he definitely should look into them, because he's entering the next chapter of his life, and it's big and it's scary. And for him to have this baggage still from serving, I know he can be stressed out, because what happens if the baby starts crying and I start getting stressed out? What's going to happen to me? What am I going to do?
Yeah.
I don't know. That scares him. He's like, what would he do without thinking? And it's unthinkable, but at least he's aware of it, mm-hmm. and he's wanting to fix it.
Right.
So yeah, I definitely, as far as the PTSD stuff, because I know that's weighing on his mind, I would think, more so than the other stuff, because I know as long as they've got each other, they'll be okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Having the family there is wonderful, and it's a great support, but as long as they're both in it to win it, then they're going to be okay.
Yeah.
So for me, the PTSD is really the stuff that comes out as the most important issue, or is not the most important, I should say, but it's the one that jumps out at me the most. So there's got to be some veteran service, or a group that he can talk to, mm-hmm. if other servicemen and women that he can speak with and work these things out. So it's definitely something he can find and look up. And Nymphadora, if you want to look those resources up for him, please do so, because I know he might be feeling kind of helpless
and doesn't know where to look. So,
Yeah. And so first off, I say this too. I think we have members of the community for the Tauren think tank community who have been servicemen and women who suffer from PTSD. And so I think that I will kind of send messages to those folks to say, hey, if you have any resources that you could share with Nivadora to pass along to her brother, if he hasn't already considered them, I will definitely do that, because
Absolutely.
I know they listen and that they can relate. The thing about with his concerns about reaction to PTSD, you have to think about this when you go to they said he's not actively in combat, but still traumatically, in traumatic type of situations. Your body goes into survival mode. And so reaction to the normal everyday sounds, you've trained your body to something unnatural in your life that combat sounds, bombs, guns, sounds of war. And then an instant, have you ever been in a crowd where a balloon pops? And there's some people that scream, and there's some people that don't, some people jump and some people don't. It's all about what kind of reactionary type of mind you have, and it's just and some of it is tied to those experiences, which is very well known, obviously. But PTSD is nothing to mess around with, because you have to get treatment to be able to feel like you have some control again over, he's feeling embarrassed and uncontrollable. A cannon goes off and you lose your crap in the middle of a Ren fair, bawling and crying, and you're like, I can't do anything about this. That is the worst feeling, because you don't have the ability to feel normal.
Yeah.
And that's
you aren't in
hard.
control.
Because your body and your mind are literally reactive, and so it's very, very scary.
It's a conditioned response.
Right.
It's not anything that he has control over at that moment. So it's kind of like trying to control your blinking when you get dirt in your eye and being embarrassed that you had to blink and you started to tear up.
Yeah.
You can't help it. It's a conditioned response to stimulus.
Right.
It's just reconditioning your mind to not react that way.
Yeah.
That's just got to happen.
Yeah. So, he's looking at that and saying, I could cause harm to a child, and Dan Beanie in the chat room just hit what I was just about to say. He said, I heard a story from a teacher about how if she had to wake her husband up at night, she had to put her hand on his shoulder gently and say something, never to yell or shake him roughly to get him up. Once she did that, and he snapped up, grabbed her hand, and almost hurt her. Yeah. And I'm sure that Nymphadora's brother is afraid that the baby does something involuntary that has, because the baby has no control over his or her emotions, reactions to things. And he could just uncontrollably snap and hurt his child emotionally or physically. And that's a real fear. So that's, you think about it from that perspective, and he definitely needs support, needs help, and all of that. And the other part of it is, when you are the person who is the support system, who has not been there, who has not had the experience, I can say I could say anything I want on the show, but I have never stepped foot in a combat zone. I can never walk a mile in a servicewoman's shoes. And I know this. And I can listen, I can hear you, I can, but I won't be able to fully give you the support that someone who's been through it has. So
yeah, and that's why the veteran services are worth it,
right?
Because a lot of those people there have been through it.
Yeah,
and they made it through it, so they can definitely listen and be a good help.
Yeah, your camera froze, by the way.
Yeah, you were roboting a little bit on my end.
Yep, you're a little bit robot-y. We'll get you back. You might want to turn your camera off and back on, see if that works. Hello? Did I lose you?
Hello.
Oh, I lost you. Let's have him come back. Come back to me. Hello? We were having some issues earlier. I'll just
Hello?
keep... Hello? You there? Hello? Hello? No?
Hello.
Hello?
Can you
Are you
hear me?
back? Yes, I can hear you. Hello?
Okay.
Coming back. Slowly but surely. All right. You good? I think. No? Yes? Crap. Okay.
Yeah, we'll just keep going.
All right. So the other portion of this question, hopefully Marconin will hear me, is that she has parents who are I don't know. The parents of Nymphadora are supportive because they would be, right? And
Right.
the other and her brother's wife's parents are not. So I'm looking at this and saying, what is going on with that situation where you're saying they don't like him? I don't know. So, Mark Honan, we were having some technical difficulties. I'm sorry, guys. Hello? Nope, he's got out. The gnome is getting revenge. Looks like Jules might be audio editing tonight.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I'll just leave the camera off for now.
Okay, let's let you clear up a little bit here. Hello?
Hello.
Okay. Spike, please don't bite my hand. Spike, give me the mouse, please.
Sorry about that, everybody.
Give me the mouse, please. Spike. He's seriously trying to steal the mouse from me. Okay. All right, let's do this. We're just gonna see the face at the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm adjusting your face here.
Ow, that hurts.
Skype is
Ticklish.
poop. Okay, so backing up, so we'll go back to the other part. Start over.
Yeah.
There's the situation with her parents not being supportive of him, and Nymphadora doesn't say why, but most likely it sounds like they don't like her brother.
That's what it seems like. Yeah. It's because in the letter, I think, yeah, his wife's parents have disowned her because she's pregnant by my brother.
And that's okay.
Yeah. You don't have to disown somebody.
I mean, they're married. So
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't understand why you can't. Neither here nor there,
Yeah.
honestly, because we can't answer that question. So then you have to look at it and say, she needs a support system. She needs people that are going to be there to help her because, boy, it's really hard to be a woman who is going through a pregnancy and can't even talk to her mom about the pregnancy process and what to expect and, and to share the joy of it.
Yeah, well, that's what she's going to have to lean on his mom because, said that they will be supportive. So that, in the absence of her mom, his mom's going to have to kind of step in and fill that role, I think.
Yeah.
And, it sucks. And maybe her parents will come around, but, that's a different fight.
Right.
So that's a whole different thing. And so they'll just have to work on that separately. But to get through this, first bit of, holy crap, there's something living inside of me that's not going to kill me. That's my kid. What am I going to do from here on out? And they need the help. They need the support. And it's good that his parents are there to support, and they should really lean on his parents for that.
Yeah. Because I think it's going to be more than absolutely necessary for her. She needs that support. But then there's the worry on his side that he is going through his own issues and cannot be there to support her as well. So the number one thing is seek out the resources that the military offers for you, because I know that they exist. I know that they are there to help you, to help him, to because I think the military has finally now been more supportive and more responsive to PTSD and the needs of that, getting therapy, getting support, going to support groups, talking to other people who know, just to get through it. So totally, I I can't stress enough how important it is to just acknowledge and support those who have this struggle, right? So because
Right.
it's so hard to say, well, just suck it up, right, and deal with it, and
Right.
it's so easy to do that, and you got to be watching for the signs. And when someone, as she said, if he reaches out and says, I need help, then they need help.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He's got to want the help, but yeah, Nymph, if you can have the resources ready to go, or just kind of say, hey, I know we were talking about this or that. Here's some things that I've found. You should really look into them. They want to help you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Just Plain
offer
Creepy
it.
in the chat room says Military One Source is a resource for you as well.
Okay,
So
good.
that would be a good thing. And Wicked Kitten 13 says, I hate when people say suck it up. And I think that most of the time when someone says suck it up, it's because they don't understand, either from ignorance or lack of understanding, or choose not to. I choose not to understand your situation, and you should just suck it up and deal with it, right?
Right.
And I will say that I can think of probably a couple of people out there that I would say to them, at this point, I think you need to suck it up, because all you're doing is milking this,
Yeah.
It does happen. And so you can't blanket statement that, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. No, you can't.
But you also have to, we have to be more diligent and more open-minded about the struggles, especially for men and mental health.
Yeah.
Because
we do have this stigma of, I shouldn't need the help. I shouldn't need to lean on someone else. I should be strong enough to deal with it without anybody else's help. I'm guilty of it in a lot of things. I don't lean on people when I probably should. And it's a struggle sometimes to admit that you need help, that you can't get through it on your own.
Yeah. Or that
So
you're
it's-
showing emotion and
or perceived weakness,
Right.
Through that emotion,
Right. So these are things that are important to acknowledge and say, you know what? It's okay for a man to cry. It's okay for a man to be afraid. It's okay for a man to admit that he needs help and to seek it. And to not be thought of as unmasculine or a wuss, or that he needs to just suck it up and be a man. And, I think that is probably one of the worst things that exists in our culture for men, is that they are expected to act without emotion, or are shunned or put down or discouraged to have emotions. You have to be strong. You have to be masculine. You have to be the one that's the rock. And, and his wife is dealing with a ton of crap, but so is he. And it's okay to say that. So,
yeah. And sometimes the mountain needs another mountain to lean on.
I know.
And that's okay.
Yeah. It's, I have to say, a sensitive man who is willing to show emotion and not afraid to express it is pretty damn awesome in my book.
Mm.
It's pretty damn awesome. So, all right. Nymphadora, thank you for your email. And if there's an update that you'd like to share with us, please do. Please send our best to your brother and his wife and congratulate them on the baby on the way.
Yes, please do.
Yes. All right. It's time for the think tank, and it's coming up right now.
Tauren between options? Let Triple T help you sort it out.
It's think tank time. This one is not related to any Blizzard games, and that's okay. So we're just doing 2 questions about the people. Questions for the
people.
And this one comes from our writer from actually last week with a different question, and his name is Muther. He says, I grew up in a fairly religious household. From when I was born until about 18, I attended church every Sunday and Wednesday. Once I started college, I quit going to church, and my views on religion started changing. For the last 5 to 6 years, I have been calling myself an atheist. The thing is, my mom and my dad still think I still think I consider myself a Christian. My parents believe that the reason I no longer attend church is due to the fact that I work every Sunday. I do still attend church on Christmas Eve and Easter to keep up the appearance that I'm still a Christian. I'm worried that if I come out and tell my parents that I'm an atheist, they will no longer want to have anything to do with me and quit talking to me. I definitely will not be telling my grandparents due to the fact that they already will not talk to one of their grandchildren after he came out as being gay to them. What should I do in this situation? From Muther, Rhett Paladin, Synthetic Guild, Area 52 server.
All righty.
All
This is an interesting one.
Yes. So we're talking about religion. The things
Hot
we're not
button
supposed
issue.
to talk about, politics and religion. And boy, Triple T does not shy away.
Nope.
Nope.
Man, oh man. So where do we start with this one?
Where do we start with this one? Well, I mean, I always say Mark Conan start. Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
I guess you could start if I come up with something to kind of jump off of that, then I'll do that.
Okay. So my first question is this. Do you think that your parents kind of have a clue already?
Maybe.
Okay. This is why I asked this question. Parents are not dumb. And they know what they want for what they expect someone who is religious, a Christian should look like. And if their son is not fitting into that mold, whether or not they acknowledge it or not, I would think that they might have some suspicion that he is not as committed to his religion as they would like him to be.
Yeah, and it's definitely a trend. You know, kids when they're raised, they do as their parents do, and when they get out into college, they're exposed to so many other different points of view, and so many different viewpoints, and their teachers, you know, will teach them things that make them question their faith and all that stuff. So it's natural that this stuff happens, that people will question their viewpoint when they get into the college thing.
Right.
You know, it happens. It happened to me. You know, happens to a lot of people.
Right.
So, and if your parents know anything about the trends for kids these days, I'm old enough to say kids these days, then they may already have an inclination. One thing I was going to ask is, do your parents have any friends that are not Christians? That's one question I was going to think to ask you, because that will give you an indication, because I am a Christian and I have friends who are not. I'm digitally sitting across the table from someone who's not, who's one of my best friends that I love very much. And I have friends that are atheists. I have friends of all creeds and colors. And that doesn't prevent me from, you know, seeing them as human beings and valuing them as such. You know, yeah, if they don't have my beliefs, that's fine. That's their own decision. If they have any questions or they want to know about mine, then absolutely I'll tell them. I'll tell them all the research I did. I did a crap ton of research when I was having an issue in that department.
Yeah.
Gobs and gobs and gobs for years. I researched stuff. So I can tell you a whole lot.
Right thing to do, right? When you
Yeah.
are questioning your faith, the right thing to do is to start trying to find answers.
Yeah.
And if Muther has said that he has come up with the decision and the realization that he's an atheist, then it is who he is, and it's not anything, you know, it's what he's discovered is what he finds most comfortable. And the difference between you and maybe his parents, Mark Honan, is that you look at Christianity as something that you've chosen, and you respect the choices that others make.
Yeah.
You know, as long as they don't tell you you're wrong.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I don't like it when, you know, I definitely don't like it when people in my area of this issue go run in people's faces and be angry and yelling and stuff. And so I definitely don't like it when people do that to me.
yeah.
When people yell and point the finger at me and telling me that I'm stupid because I believe in stuff. And no, I'm actually not stupid. I'm not a rocket scientist, but I know rocket scientists and physicists who believe the same way I do.
Yeah.
So you can't really say because someone has a belief in this or that they are an idiot or
Yeah.
they're dumb or
Yeah.
they're, you know, you can't say that because it's not true.
And so my approach to life, sorry, Mom and Dad, I know they're listening. I was raised Jewish. as a child. I was bat mitzvahed. I went to synagogue on the major high holidays, and then I went to Hebrew school, and I got bat mitzvahed and promptly stopped going. Mainly just because I did not connect with with Judaism or the Jewish religion. I did not find it to be what I believed in. And my parents didn't approve that I chose to go other direction, but they understood. And he said, you know, whatever you choose, we may not agree with you, but we'll always love you. And so I consider myself an agnostic. I believe that there's something out there, but I don't know what it is. Yeah. And so that's who I am. But I also am open to hearing what people have to say about religion. And I do not appreciate it when people use religion to hurt other people. Mm-hmm. That is how I live my life. Don't use your religion to tell someone they're wrong. Don't use your religion to tell someone that they're broken, and don't use your religion to tell someone that they should be going to a place that would hurt people. Don't hurt people.
Yeah.
Like, just don't. So,
yeah.
Okay. So that we've established who we are so that you guys know. So you know where we're coming from. So then you have Muther's family, who is clearly and supportive along the lines of Christianity. Grandparents who have disowned a grandchild because they didn't agree with their sexuality. And, and support who they were as a person. So this is tough. I still think your parents probably know that you're not somebody who is going to be a religious person. Like, I think they already know, but they're probably not going to be like, should we have a fight about it? Or,
yeah.
So what do you do?
Yeah. Well, it kind of, for me, I'm wondering how your parents would react in that situation. That's why I kind of asked if they have friends that have a different faith, because that may give you an inclination on how they'd react. Mm-hmm. I would do some research before you come out to them about it, because they're gonna wanna if they were like me, I would want to know why you chose. Like, what was it that tipped the scales? Is it something that is it a question that there is an answer to, you just don't know it? Is it one of the, because like I said, I've researched a butt ton of this stuff, and a lot of the questions I found answers to.
Right.
And it may be a point of discussion that they could have. Now, granted, that's only if their parents are open to discussion.
That's the thing.
If they are very strict and it's like my way or the highway, you're gone. I don't think they would be as much as maybe the grandparents. And, I don't, like I said, we don't know their grandparents either. But it's such a hard thing to, this is definitely one of those hot button issues. Because, like with my mom is Christian, my dad is not now. And it's a very hard thing, because when I was going through troubles like this, I was getting two different messages from my parents. And that was really throwing me off, because I'm a good mixture of the two of them.
Yeah.
As far as having beliefs, but also having an analytical mind. Mm-hmm. And so it was really tough in that instance to try and move past it and find it and find myself through that. So I don't know if if his parents would be open to discussions or something like that. This is a tough one. It's a very tough one.
And I'm of two minds. There's two minds here. One of them is, do they need to know? Is it their business? Do you have to talk about it with them? That's one mind. The other one is, okay, you're a creaster. You're going Christmas and Easter, right?
I hadn't heard that.
You haven't heard the creaster one?
No, I haven't.
It's the people who go on Christmas and Easter, but don't go.
Easter, yeah.
Yeah. So you're a creaster. So you go on the major holidays to keep up appearances, right?
Yeah.
But you do it to make your parents happy. You don't do it to make you happy, and you probably resent every minute of it when you go. I don't know how old Wicked Kitten is asking how old Muther is. I don't know that answer. There's not information.
Well, it says once he started going to college, and then so for the last 5 or 6 years, so I'm guessing they're maybe 23, 24.
Yeah, okay,
somewhere in there.
Mid to
early
higher
20s, early to mid 20s, yeah.
Okay. So I think you need to think about what it is that you want to do and to say, I mean, you have, as an adult, every right to say, okay, Christmas is here. I will see you. Let's get together for dinner or whatever it is, however you celebrate your holiday, and say, I'll see you after church. And just state it. Say you're going to do it. And then if they question you and say, well, why aren't you coming to church with us? And then you can say, I'd rather not.
Yeah.
And that opens the discussion. You can do it that way. It's just stating your intention. And then if they want to know, they will ask. And then you can have the discussion. But to sit down with them and say, hey, Mom and Dad, I need to talk to you about something. I don't want to go to church with you on Christmas and Easter anymore because I am an atheist. That's like bomb living room.
That's like shots fired.
Right.
That can come off as a bit aggressive.
It can, you know, and so I guess I would almost encourage the approach of I've made this decision and I'm and then if you want to know more about it, I will be willing to discuss it with you because it's such a hot button topic, because it's so volatile and it's so personal to them and could be, when people have beliefs that feel like they are being threatened by someone else's decision, like your grandparents and their grandchild. One of the other grandchildren being rejected after coming out to be gay, and they say you're disowned. That's some serious stuff.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there with the grandparents.
Yeah, and you run the risk, as most it happens in families, is you have that discussion with your parents, and your parents tell your grandparents. By the way, did you know Muther is not going to church anymore? Can you believe it? Can you believe what we've raised? Blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden now they know. So this is a risk. I don't know your family. I don't know how they work. I don't know how they communicate. And so you have the right to hold on to your own belief system, and you don't have to answer for it if you don't want to. That's what I think.
Yeah. And I do think it's good that you're at least going with your parents on the holidays, because I know they'd want you to be there. You're supporting your parents at the very least.
Yep.
Even if you don't get anything out of the message or don't, if you think it's all dumb, whatever it is, you're at least doing it for your parents. And, there is something commendable about that. But, you're your own person. Mm-hmm. If that's what you think, and you've done the digging, you've done the thinking, and that's your conclusion, and it's a well-reasoned, well-thought-out conclusion, then that's your decision, and I can't fault you for it.
Yeah.
And hopefully, if your parents are the ones that are open to discussion, maybe you can have that discussion someday. Not coming in guns blazing. Look, by the way, I don't think this way anymore. Don't come at it like that, because I tell you I don't like that either. I've had people at work come to me like that. Guns blazing, you're an idiot.
Well,
and there's nothing to put you on edge more than that.
That's the opposite. That's the opposite of religious persecution. Of someone who's saying, I don't like this person because they're not Catholic, and you're a Catholic or a Christian. And so it's that feeling of people who come at you with a defense mechanism to say, because you believe this, you are automatically stupid.
Yeah. And
it puts you in a box and allows you no ability to discuss your own personal beliefs, because this is me, this is Jules, but I feel like a person who is good with their religion has their own way of understanding how that religion relates to them personally. not necessarily that they just run to say, well, my religion says I'm supposed to do this, so I'm going to do this. It's going to say my religion has advised me that this is the way I should act, and I've thought it through, and I think that this is how I wish to push my, to not push my religion, but to live my life based off of my faith.
Yeah, to exercise your faith. That's
right.
What freedom of religion is.
But there's that fine line to say, my faith tells me that you saying you are gay means that you are going to hell, and I don't want to associate with you because I think you're going to hell, right? So that's where we get all the muddiness, all the difficulty.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why some people would be uncomfortable around certain situations and things like that because of their beliefs, and that's their own thing. And if that's their own thing, then fine, they don't have to be around it.
Right.
They don't need to be just like, people don't need to be forced to go to church. People don't need to be forced into any other situation that they don't want to be in because, it's something that they object to. Mm-hmm. Not strictly because of who that person is directly, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it's not a personal thing in the way that it's not, I hate Jim. Or I don't agree with Jim. It's just part of it. There's like, I would rather not be there. Just personally, I'd rather not. But thank you for asking, type of thing.
Yeah. Here's the thing that I worry about for Muther, I think the most, is that if you have a situation where your parents are religious and they feel it's their duty to teach you the ways of the religion that they believe in. And when a child comes back and says, I don't believe what you believe, Mom and Dad, that there's an automatic reaction to say, I failed as a parent.
Sure.
I failed to teach you the ways of good and righteousness and faith, and I failed. And so they start to take that personally and react that way. To say, what did I do wrong so that you couldn't be the way I wanted you to be in the eyes of this religion? And it's really tough. A parent who has the strength and their heart in the right place for their child is going to say, I've raised you to make your own decisions, and I've raised you to be strong, and I've raised you to be knowledgeable and intelligent and make the choices that are right for this world. And so if you choose that your path is different than mine, I'm going to say, I love you and please go on your path.
Yeah.
So it's tough. It's really, really tough.
Yeah, it really is. This is one of those subjects that is just so hard to navigate because it's different for everybody. Mm-hmm. The way I experience it is different than Muther's parents, than his grandparents, than my parents. Everybody experiences their religion or non-religion or anti-religion the same way. Or nobody does the same way. It's all different.
I don't know if I've ever told this story actually, but so my dad is Jewish and my mom's side of the family is Catholic, Irish Catholic. And my mom is the oldest child out of 6. And when she met my dad, she brought him home to her parents, my grandparents, and they instantly hated him because he was Jewish. Mm. And they didn't want her dating him. They, didn't want anything to do with him, and they continued to date and came home one day and said that they were engaged and that they had to go and elope because her parents were not going to endorse or support their wedding.
Oh, man.
And today, my grandmother is 86 years old. And she, I think, loves my dad more than she loves my mom. She loves them both deeply. But my point is that people can change. Mm-hmm. And as age and people learn, they understand that not everything that they've been taught in this world is the truth, and that they've maybe overlooked something, because my dad is amazing, and he has been married to my mom since 1971, 72. So it's an outstanding thing, and my grandmother just loves my father because he's a good man.
Yeah.
And but if she hadn't given him a chance, she would have just said, well, you can't marry him, and she would have missed out on having the family. There wouldn't be me, there wouldn't be my sister, there wouldn't now be my niece, their grandchild, her great-grandchild. So it's something to think about when you're just talking about religion, is that sometimes these things can take a different turn, and you never know what people may react to when they, initially you think that their religion may drive their decision. So
yeah, I had my high school sweetheart. She was Catholic, and I was raised Pentecostal.
Yep.
Which is like way on the other side of the spectrum.
Yeah.
and I told my grandmother that I was dating her, and she was like, well, what church does she go to? I was like, oh, she's Catholic. And she kind of gave me a look. She's like, well, I don't know if you need to be. It wasn't like, you must stop dating her now. I was like, I don't know if you need to be dating her. They're kind of slightly different. And to be fair, there is a good bit of difference, not in the essentials, but in the other things that are different between the two, between like that and Protestantism. And she was one of my best friends. And, I didn't marry her, but we were really good friends. And we dated for a good while in high school. So,
yeah.
But it was just one of those things where she was like, I don't know if you need to be dating that little Catholic girl. I actually brought her to church because we were having revival one week. And boy, she had deer in headlights look, because we had a preacher who was up yelling, and all the speaking in tongues was going on. I never did that personally, but it was going on, and she just walked out like she'd been electrocuted. Like she was just like walking really stiff. Her eyes were wide. It was the funniest thing.
What did I get myself into?
Oh my goodness, that was that was a thing.
So to bring it back around finally,
yeah,
I think that Luther, it's going to be your decision on how you want to tell them. And to know that your choice is your own. You can choose how and if you want to reveal this information to them. But there's got to come a time at some point that you feel like you're living the most genuine life you can for yourself and what you need.
Mm-hmm. And if you do decide, come to them from a place of love. Like, because you love your parents.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you wouldn't be, worried about telling them. So come to them from a place of love and love and understanding, and hopefully they will meet you in that place as well.
Yeah.
If you do decide to tell them.
There is no fault in saying, I respect that this is what you think, and I just hope that you respect that this is what I think.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't automatically bar you from going to midnight mass or whatever. Mm-hmm. You could still go. I mean, the doors are open, so you can still go.
Yeah, they don't kick atheists out of the church usually. It's not like they don't stamp a sign on you saying nope and barred from entry.
Yeah. So you'll still be okay, you can still go in the building. You won't get electrocuted, I promise.
Struck down.
Yeah, no lightning. That hadn't happened in months.
Oh, good. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad.
Just kidding.
And if you have any comments or thoughts about this topic, please send them in to questions@taurenThinkTank.com. We thank you, Muther, for your question. And if you have an update for us, of course, please do send it in. We love updates.
We please do. We love updates.
We love updates. And we also love Tell Us One Thing, which is right now.
We read your submissions because reading your mind would just be creepy.
We start with Navox, who says, why does Chester Cheeto wear sunglasses and shoes but no shirt or pants?
I actually had some Cheetos today after work. I had a snack.
Did you do this in homage to this question?
No, I just really like Cheetos. Crunchy.
Not the
Crunchy
super
kind.
spicy Cheetos?
No, I don't like spicy food that much.
Okay, that's fine.
So I just like the classic red bag crunchy.
Okay.
It's what I was raised on. That's what I like.
Okay.
So as you know, I was enjoying those today, and you see him on the box. So I think when you are the spokesperson for something as cool and as delicious as those cheese powdered, delicious, crunchy things, or sometimes puffy because they do have the poofy kinds. You don't need other articles of clothing. It's like, why does Donald Duck not wear pants? Why does Daffy Duck not wear any clothes? Why is he naked? Because they're cool enough. Chester Cheeto is the spokesperson for deliciousness. When you're in the ambassador of amazing cuisine, all rules are out the window, and he's awesome because he wears glasses and he's got shoes because he doesn't want to step on anything. Now, let's be real, folks. He's a cheetah, but when he's walking around on like hot gravel or something, all this various terrain, he needs to be comfortable because he's running so fast. And what's better than shoes? Like running shoes. He's got to have those. So that's why he does. And glasses because he's the epitome of cool. That's why.
I have nothing to top that. Nothing.
He's a cool cat.
Yeah, like why does Donald Duck not wear pants? Because he's cool and he can be naked. Like there's nothing else that you could say about that.
When Donald Duck goes in the water for a swim, his pants would get wet if he was wearing pants. Because his legs would be kicking in there. Have you ever gotten like accidentally thrown into a body of water or a pool or something wearing jeans? The jeans feel weird the rest of the day, don't they? They feel weird because they're heavy and they're gross. Donald Duck doesn't deal with that.
And you hate your friend because they just threw you in the pool with your phone in your pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And now you have wet jeans and a dead phone. So to avoid both the wet jeans and having the dead phone because he doesn't wear pants, that's why Donald Duck goes pantsless.
And why Daffy Duck is naked.
Well, he's just weird. That's why he goes
He's just
naked.
Weird.
He's a nudist.
Oh gosh, we had like an entire nudist and naked show on that in the Case of the Mondays last week. It was like everything that we talked about for the articles was like naked stuff.
Oh wow! I'm gonna try my camera, see if it'll work again.
Okay.
Because it's been a little while.
Let's see if your internet's cleared up.
It might have. It looks like it's coming in.
It's got crunchy though. Hang on.
Dang it!
Hold on. Try again.
Testing.
All
1,
right,
2, 3.
It did clear up. Let's see if that works.
Yay! Okay. If it messes up again, I'll turn it off for the rest of the
All
episode.
right, I'm gonna try and adjust your camera here. There you go. Now you're not like squished up in there. Let's try it. Okay.
I'm not squished.
I'm not squished. Okay, next one's from Mammoth. Go ahead and read that.
From Mammoth. What has been the most physically painful thing that you have endured willingly, i.e., not an emergency or an accident? I had a painful one today. Since tomorrow, I will have 3 out of 4 parts to a root canal done today. Yeesh.
I don't know if there's anything that you could say pain is willing, right?
Well, I mean,
like a root canal is not
tattoo.
willing. I would not do it for funsies.
no, but like a tattoo, those hurt. I hear. I don't have one.
I don't have one either.
But repeatedly getting stabbed by a knife while being injected with ink. That doesn't sound like it would tickle.
Well, it's a needle, not a knife, but.
Well, yeah. That's true.
I guess getting my ears pierced as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's probably the owie. That hurt.
I'll
that
bet.
really hurt.
I never had mine pierced, so
I have not even I haven't worn earrings in probably 2 years now, so they're probably, if I ever did try, it would be awful. So, because that's just awful pain. I don't like that pain.
Yeah, you'd have to get them re-stabbed if you did stab your ears.
That sounds like a fun thing to do. Let's re-stab your ears.
Let me just pencil you in for Thursday afternoon for a re-stabbing.
Oh, 20 actually just hit the thing that happened. Okay, so she said ultra deep tissue massage is the thing, and what I had done was I was having really bad problems with TMJ. I have TMJ. Mm-hmm. And I was told that there was this massage therapist at the clinic that I go to that has that did actually a massage inside the mouth that would try to work on releasing the jaw muscles and relaxing them, right? And so she started to, and it was like a 20-minute session. And this girl just, she was fired a couple of weeks after I
She
had
just
this
accosted
done.
your mouth for
It
20
hurt.
minutes.
It hurt so bad that there were tears rolling down my eyes. It was down my face. She was just, I mean, my jaw was like, she was it got it out of position. It was the worst pain I have had ever. And it didn't help. It like actually made my face swell up.
Oh, man.
And I complained after, like, I'm sorry, this was awful. Like, I couldn't, it hurt so bad. And then the next time I went in, they told me she was let go. And I'm like, I hope it wasn't just because of me. I hate that she would have done that to other people. So,
Oh, man.
by the way, side note, I haven't talked about this in ages, but so to treat my TMJ, I have these inserts that I put into my ears. And they're like these little plastic inserts that actually help to relax the muscles in my jaw. So Saturday morning, I was getting ready to go to Minneapolis, and only one of my earpieces were on the dresser.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, oh, crap.
Somebody was playing with him.
Not only was somebody playing with them, somebody ate half of it.
Oh, no. Do you know who the culprit was?
Garrus.
Oh, man.
That little booger pulled that thing off, and he ate it. And I can't fit it in my ear anymore because it's broken. And that's not a cheap thing. So
Yeah.
I have to get it replaced, and I'm hoping that the place that still did it can make me another one, because it was actually like they did the thing with the pouring the thing in my ear with the plaster, and so hopefully
wow.
they can make me a new one.
I hope so, too.
Because it's already starting to hurt. I can only wear one of them. And so,
So do you do the switch, or is it since it's molded to just one ear?
I can
you
only
have
fit
to
it in this ear. I can't.
Ah.
It's the other one. Yeah. So I'm like, and I've had these things for like 3 years or something, and he has never touched them. I have no idea what the hell got into him, but he just
The
destroyed
wild
it. So
hair.
I don't know. Little
Goodness.
booger. So yes. So that
Ugh.
is what probably the most painful thing that I've had done voluntarily. How about you?
Oh, well, I had to get my, see, I did have knee surgery in high school, but I didn't really feel that. The aftermath of it, when the nice painkillers wore off, that was a miserable night.
Oh, yeah.
But I would have to kind of go with something Memeth is talking about, because I had to go to the dentist and get my top 2 wisdom teeth taken out.
Oh gosh,
And-
yes, I've had that done.
Yeah, and my mom is she's like the head dental assistant lady that overruns all the office-y stuff at a dentist. So I went to that dentist office, and they got to see me like really early in the morning. So like 5 o'clock in the morning, the dentist came in because I had to travel so far, and it was when I was working nights.
Yeah.
So it wasn't feasible to go in during the day. And so it's still dark outside. They have me in the little room. It's funny because the lights are on. So any car going by will just see me, because giant windows will see me just laid out on this bed, people with their hands in my mouth. And so it's the dentist, and then my mom's the assistant. So she's kind of there. And the top left one, it was fused to my skull. So they had to keep working it and crunching it and working it.
Oh,
And I could hear, and I was crying, and my mom was trying to keep it together, because she's sitting there with the suction thing in my mouth, just her baby boy is sitting there crying because his teeth are getting yanked out of his head, and it took a chunk of my skull with it when it finally came out,
oh man.
like a tiny little piece of my head
Ugh.
crunched out.
Oh,
Oh man,
oh, that's awful.
yeah, ugh. The sounds that, like, I had the gas on like the laughing gas. Had they had to give me extra injections and everything, and it was just
That is awful.
crunchy, and it was just bad. And then I had to drive like 5 hours after that.
Oh
So
God.
bad. That was a rough
Oh.
day.
Yeah,
day.
I was knocked out
Ugh.
for my wisdom teeth extraction, but I had 2 that were impacted, so they had to do surgery to get them out.
Oh yeah.
So I was
They had to
out.
cut out.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
I was wide awake. Like the dentist was like sweating. He was working so hard trying to get the tooth out of my head.
It's terrible.
Ugh.
And if you are still listening to this podcast after that
Sorry
story,
for being so Sorry for being so graphic. He said, "What's the most physically painful thing you've endured willingly?"
And everybody's
I
just
willingly
taking
walked
their
in there.
face and like going, oh.
So hopefully you folks have not lost your lunch, breakfast, or dinner listening to that. Please don't listen to this. Advise people not to listen during lunch hour.
Right.
So, but as soon as I saw this question, I was like, I got a story.
I've got a story.
Oh man!
All right, we'll be a little bit more kinder to your ears with the next one. From at goose_rum. Where's the wine and coffee vendor in Darnassus? I don't know.
Well, you see, that's my newest installation on my expedition yak. We're getting ready for Legion. We're going to be too far away. So my buddies over there, I got a few goblin friends. And so I talked to the Grummels that I got on my yak. And I said, hey, we need to get an espresso machine and a wine cask. We need like a big old jug of wine, like red, white, and a Moscato because I'm fancy.
A Moscato?
Oh, I love Moscato. So delicious. It's my favorite.
I think you need a panda on the back of that expedition yak to be giving that stuff out.
You know, that's a good idea. He could just be, hanging out with like some casks. This yak, it's a huge yak. He's got room to load up more stuff. So we're gonna need a couple of big kegs of wine, and then an espresso machine.
Big panda, big fluffy tail. It'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Be awesome.
Would you like some more brew? Yes, I would. Thank you.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, you don't know where they're at in Darnassus?
No
so
clue.
the coffee shop is in Darnassus whenever I'm there.
Okay. That's a perfect answer to that question. Let's go to the next one.
All right. Next one from Liland.
I think that's what it is.
From Liland, what is your deepest desire?
This is super heavy. Like, what's your deepest desire? My deepest desire now, today, is to live my best, most authentic life that I can be happiest. So I don't have to compromise my happiness anymore. I think that's the best thing I can say.
That's a good one. Mm-hmm. I think you use that for deep thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, the bottom line is that I want to be happy, and I don't want to compromise anymore. Mm-hmm. I want to have the best life I can, most authentic life, and be the most honest, authentic person I can be in this life. So that's where I am.
Yep, you do you, boo-boo.
I love that. How about you?
Yep. Oh, goodness. My deepest desire. Oh, gosh. Where could I go? I could go with like a million different directions with this one, but I guess I could say to end up doing what I love for, because I'm doing what I love right now. Mm-hmm. And I one day I want to have the chance to do what I love, not just for a living, but I want to have something in that area. Because what I do at work right now is easy work. It's stuff I know how to do. I've been doing it for 6 years, but it's not, I don't have a career. I don't have a lot of the things in life that I thought I would, because I'm turning 33 this week, and I thought I would have more out of life by now, and I don't. But what I do have is really cool, like all you guys, and doing this. I love this. Mm-hmm. This is a dream for me. Yeah. And for hopefully one day to see it blossom into other things. That's, to do something I'm passionate about for the rest of my life. That's one of the things I have a really deep desire to do.
I think that's perfectly fair. And, and I think it's absolutely possible, you can do that. So you just have to, sometimes it's luck, and sometimes, but most of the time it's just want it. Just keep wanting it. Keep pushing for it, because opportunities come when you don't expect them to. So
Yeah, this I'm sitting here in front of a microphone because of an opportunity that I seized upon on a chance encounter on Twitter.
That's right.
I responded to a tweet with, "Hey, I know how to do audio editing."
And then all of a sudden it turned
And then
into
like
this.
3 years later, here I am,
Yeah.
And,
And 4 years, I mean, actually today is the 15th.
yeah.
Triple T, this is Triple T is probably closest to the 4-year anniversary to the show.
Because it's the 18th, right?
The 18th is
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
The 4-year anniversary of this show. And 4 years ago, this show started on a wing and a prayer. And I last night I was at a party for friends of Pat and his wife, and big birthday party, only few people that I knew, and I sat there in this house that I'd never been to, in this state that I've only been to several times, and I said, "This is happening. This is happening." And 4 years ago, again, winging a prayer, right? Hey,
Right.
I've always wanted to do this with my life, and I hope that someday I can turn it into that. And suddenly, I mean, in the next couple months, I'm going to turn my life into that. So
Yeah.
it can happen, and it does happen. You just have to keep working. Just keep working.
Yeah. Keep working, keep networking.
Yeah, I mean, they're all wishing us happy birthday, and honestly, I don't know if there's much of a milestone to 4 years, except to say we've been doing this for 4 years, and it's pretty amazing. And but
Triple T would be in preschool right now. Next year, kindergarten.
pre-K.
We're in pre-K.
But the thing about it is that, and I'm gonna get mushy here, but this show is nothing without the audience to listen to it. And so we're still here because, 2 years ago, it almost ended. And the outcry after the news broke that Triple T was losing one of its co-hosts was something I had never expected, which is, you need to keep doing this because I need this in my life. And
Yeah.
and I said,
I remember saying that too.
yeah. And I said, I need this in my life. I can't not do this. Right.
Right.
And all these people saying Triple T has saved me. It has made my life better. And honestly, though, it saved me too. Whew, there it goes.
Yeah.
It saved me too. So there you go. Okay, moving on.
I love you, Jules.
I love you too.
Okay, before I get weepy-eyed
Before we
too,
both
'cause
get weepy.
It's going up. I think is yours next. You do next.
Yes.
Yeah.
From Rita FM. Your tunes are going to karaoke night at the local tavern. What do they sing?
Oh man. Well, I would think that Marconin would have about the same vocal range as me, even though he's a gnome. He would be a nice baritone. And when you're a baritone, karaoke night is not that fun because you're not a bass, so
Yes.
you can't sing anything. And you're not a tenor, so you can't sing anything in top 40 for the last, 70 years. Except for three men mostly. And that's, 3 men mostly. Johnny Cash, Elvis Presley, and James Taylor. And I love all those. I love James Taylor the most. So it would probably be something by James Taylor if I did that. I don't know. Copper Line, Fire and Rain, any of those big things. Because I like singing James Taylor. The one time I did karaoke, I sang James Taylor because that's what I know. So I did that. And so if we ever did karaoke night, that's probably what I would do too. So I think that's what he would do.
I think Julana, my night elf druid, would probably go for the melodramatic anthemic song, My Heart Will Go On, or or Whitney Houston song or something like that, something very anthemic and very like emotional.
Big.
Yes.
Big tune.
So
That's an excellent choice, Tasia.
Tasia, that's
You've
a
Got a
great
Friend.
one. He said a Triple T song would be James Taylor, "You've Got a Friend."
I love that song.
That's a great song. And then there's the drunken version, which is "That's What Friends Are For." So
Yeah.
because whenever you've been at a
Or
wedding,
Lean on Me.
or lean on me. Whenever you've been at a wedding and everybody's drunk at the end of the night and they play "That's What Friends Are For" and we all sing it really, really, really loud and bad and off key, that's the best.
In good times and bad times.
At the end, you said everybody's in the background just wailing it.
Oh. We should do karaoke sometime, Jules. I think that'd be fun.
Oh my gosh, yes. And we never seem to have the time to do it at BlizzCon because we're so busy. But one of these meetups or something, maybe even the Minnesota one, we could find a karaoke bar or something.
I like that idea.
I'll have a car.
We need to start. You're right. We need to research this.
Yes.
Crunch the numbers, find it.
Hey,
Google
Crane,
Maps.
find us a karaoke bar in Minneapolis. He's not listening because he's at Book of Mormon tonight, but
Yeah, we can text him.
yes.
And we are going on with the musical theme from Felix. What's your tune's battle cry and theme music?
I have no idea what Julana's theme music would be. Her battle cry is gonna say, "Stay out of the poop," because she is gonna, she's a healer, and everybody goes and they run in there and they go and run in the poop, or the fire, or the slime, or the poison, or the disease, or whatever it is that's on the floor.
Yeah.
The bomb. Stay out of the bomb.
Get out of the fire. Get away from the fire. Get away.
She's not going to use that voice, though. I'm sorry.
I want to heal you, but I'm not going to heal stupid.
A 2020 site says her theme music, if she likes Whitney Houston, should be "I'm Every Woman." I like that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Except she's got to get a little boogie on.
We'll see.
I'm every woman. Yes.
Well, see, what I was thinking is since she's a resto druid, one movie that always sings to me of like druids and the forest and kind of tree hugging and all that stuff is Fern Gully. And I love that movie. And
I never saw it.
One song that they had was Land of a Thousand Dances, which really boogies. And so whenever I think of that, which, if you haven't seen the movie, you haven't seen that part, but it really boogies. So I kind of thought of that one a little bit just because I don't know. It's just my mind, the way I associated it.
I have never seen Fern Gully, so I don't have
it's a really, Tim Curry is the bad guy. And Robin Williams is in it. He plays a bat that's been through like human testing and has like an antenna in his head. So he'll randomly pick up his brain's kind of scrambled. So he'll pick up like radio waves and do commercial voices and general Robin Williams tomfoolery. And I don't know. I really like that movie. So it's a good one for childhood. But I think for Mark Conan, his battle cry it'd be something like, for the Kirin Tor or, for Azeroth, because he's like me. He's kind of a peacekeeper. He understands that there's so many similarities between the Horde and the Alliance, despite our differences, that he would lend a hand to a Tauren or an undead that was in trouble, so long as they weren't going to try and kill him right afterward.
Yeah.
So it would be kind of a unified battle cry. And his theme music is one of my favorite songs. It was actually like my theme song when I used to DJ back on the Matrix Online. And it's a song by the drum and bass band Pendulum called Hold Your Color. And like it says, hold your colors against the wall when they take everything away. It's like holding, standing your ground when they try to tear you down.
Oh, wow.
And it's a really rockin', pumping drum and bass track. It's just really, really cool. And I've always dug it. And so when I was thinking about this earlier today, because I really want to put some thought into it, that's the one that I came up with. And look it up if you want to.
Yeah.
That whole album, Hold Your Color is the name of the album, but the song Hold Your Color is one of my favorites from that.
Nice.
So that's what I would go with, because it's really, really rocking, and just lean into it and start throwing frost bolts at things and polymorph and all that stuff. It's really fun battle music.
Fun.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then our last question is from Gossi. It says, do you guys like zombies? If yes, what kind? If not, that's cool.
See, there's kind of different ways you could go about it now. If things were to happen in real life like they do in our current understanding of zombies, I don't know. I might want something akin to the walkers in The Walking Dead because they're slow. I don't want running fast zombies like in World War Z or any of those other things. And I don't want to have to just limp around like in The Last of Us, hearing those like mushroom things, mushroom-headed zombies or whatever they are. Solomio said Rob Zombie. That's a good. That's a good one. I like that.
Do you like Rob Zombie?
But yeah, it'd be the walkers and also the zombies from Plants vs. Zombies, because then my lawn could take care of it for me and I wouldn't have to worry.
Wow.
I love Plants vs. Zombies. It's a fun game. So that's what I would go with.
Okay, and my answer is hell no. I hate zombies. I can't stand zombies. Like, I can't watch The Walking Dead anymore. I can't watch any zombie movies at all. It just gets me in the fear factor place where I'm just like, The Walking Dead effed me up so bad watching that show. I watched the first 3 seasons, and I would get so freaked out by it that I couldn't sleep, and I was like, okay, no more zombies. I'm done.
You'd have the theme song running in your dreams.
Oh, it's awful. And it's a great show. Like, it's a really well done show, but it scares the crap out of me. So I can't. I'm done.
Yeah. I think I can watch maybe 3 or 4 episodes at a time, and then I'm just kind of like start looking over my shoulder and feeling depressed because it's like dystopian post-technology, like what the heck. So I just kind of stopped for a while and watched something like Kittens or Puppies or something to get me out of it.
I can't play zombie games either.
What about Zombieland, the movie?
I watched it, and it's still okay.
Still gets you?
Yeah, there's that scene where the Achilles tendon gets bitten.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I can't.
That makes my ankles hurt.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah.
Ugh.
No.
And
Zombieland, I did see Zombieland, and it's funny, but that's just I can't deal with that stuff. So, yeah. And Tiber's laughing at me because I said it's so bad I only watched 3 seasons. I like the show, and I tried to really. It just got to me so bad that I had to stop because I knew it was affecting me. So, or if he's saying that he just liked it and then didn't. I don't know. But there you go.
I still need to catch up on it. I'm about a season behind, I think. Yeah. I just need to find the time.
And that is Tell Us One Thing. It's our fun part of the show. It was fun. You guys did a good job giving us questions. And you listening right now can give us a question if you want. Every week we ask for them on Twitter at Tauren Think Tank, on our website, not our website, at Facebook, facebook.com/Tauren Think Tank, and our Discord server. Look, I remembered. And that's tinyurl.com/TTT-chat2. That's the short link, so you can get into Discord and you can talk to the wonderful Moo crew who are always there to help each other out when they need support, when they need to just vent, and they just need to talk about stuff. We have a Heroes of the Storm chat. We have Tell Us One Thing and /moos. We have discussions. We have reading rooms. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there. Go hang out. It's really cool.
It's a fun place to be. It's like being here for the show, but it's open 24/7. Just come in there and say hi. Join us.
All right. It's time for feedback and update.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now bring you... Whoa, that's a lot of feedback.
We have a lot of feedback this week, so it's time for Jules to start reading. We start with an update. And this is a good one. Dear Triple T, Nevar here. I have owed everyone this letter for a long time. I have walked through the fires of life. I may be a bit charred, a bit battered, but yet here I am. Last you heard from me was BlizzCon. I got to meet Jules and Marconin. That truly was a gift. If you recall, my ex-wife was pregnant. I found out upon returning home that she had our daughter, Olivia Grace, premature. I didn't want to add drama to my daughter's life until she was stronger, so I stayed away. Just before Christmas, I found out Olivia lost her battle to live. I never got to see her. tell her I loved her, or hold her. This has been a struggle I've been fighting. I went through some hard battles again with depression and was in and out of WoW, so my distraction was much of my support was lost. I am lucky to have an amazing girlfriend that is here by my side to help me through this storm. And with that said, I exhale and I try to put my best to push this all out of my mind. I am starting back into WoW and starting my own Twitch stream that I am trying to broadcast 5 days a week under Never Impossible. I still listen to Triple T every week, and I'm so grateful to hear both of your voices. Know that you two are a light in the storm for so many people. I, for one, am one of them. So I am here to tell you both thank you. Sometimes just hearing others laugh or the way your voice changes when that smile helps. My girlfriend and I will be at BlizzCon this year, and we are hoping to go to the meetup in Minnesota for the movie. Till next time, /moo to the Moo Crew, /moo to my girlfriend, /moo to both of you, and /moo to Olivia. She will always be loved. Hope to catch you all on my Twitch sometime. Much love from Nevar.
And Nevar, I'm so sorry about that.
I'm so sorry about your
Goodness.
daughter. And this is actually an update that goes back a couple of years of Triple T. He's had a really tough existence in the last few years, and I was so happy to have a chance to meet him at BlizzCon and meet his girlfriend. They're so happy, and he was very generous to Well Played and gave us things to give away at the party, and just a really good guy. And
Absolutely.
so I'm just so happy that there has been lights in the darkness for you, and that you're still with us, because it was a little bit dicey whether you would be. So
Yeah, it is definitely good to hear from you, and I look forward to seeing you and your girlfriend again, too.
yeah, hopefully next month if you can make it.
Yeah, hopefully in a few weeks.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's a few weeks away.
I know.
Holy crap. So that is our update. We have some feedback in relation to the letter that we got from Zafira last week about keeping up with playing WoW after your raid team leaves.
And do you mind if I read this one?
You
Since
may.
I had to cut it down a lot because
Yeah, it
there
was
was
a
a
big
lot
letter.
there. It was very big. So here we go. Dear Jules and Mark Conan, I've been in the leading core of a guild that existed from vanilla until now. In those years, we've been confronted by the situation of a drain of content. A consequence of that being a loss of players, not even to them leaving, but just to them going inactive until Legion. And then obviously the final consequence is the rating ending until Legion as well. So they're not rating either. Now, what I'm responding to is your attitude towards players that feel like they are fed up. I can see where you're coming from, but if you look within our guild, it's the total opposite of where you're coming from. We're a family, if I can see it that way. There's barely anyone leaving. If people want improvements, they usually say so, and we try to adjust to what they want. And if we get to the end of an expansion, they adjust. We know things will be different in a few months. We try and keep as much of the community active by playing Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, and now Overwatch, and to an extent Diablo. And all of us are still here to build, to be together. In my opinion, quote, just giving up, unquote, isn't a choice. I find two things very important before that were to happen. Number one, voice your issues to the leading group first and help them fix it. If you have a problem, don't just say there's a problem. At least present a solution how you think it can be solved and help at solving it. And number two, loyalty exists and has value. Call it lame, but it's a thing. People are loyal to the people they're around. I don't think that's worthless, and I don't think it should be dismissed as easily as sometimes I feel you speak about it. Some of those relationships mean a lot and don't transcend a guild relationship. Sometimes I just feel like the latter group is a little underrepresented in your responses. Maybe that's because of the big guild sizes you're used to, your personal view of the game, of the bonds that are born in there, but I felt the need to express it anyways. All the best, and /moo from Zavi.
I think that was a great perspective.
It was a great perspective, yeah. And
go ahead.
And CTR and AIE are gigantic guilds that I've been a part of for about 3 years now. But for the 7 years before that, I was in teeny tiny little guilds, and we stuck together through a lot of thick and thin. We were very close. So I've been in that situation, not as long as you guys have since vanilla, but I have been there in the tiny guilds that are trying to hold on amidst, the end of expansion, absence of content and all that stuff. So
know you guys are out there, and I'm glad you wrote in, man. Thank you for writing in.
Yeah. And I think that this is exactly the way that it should be functioning for a smaller guild who
Yeah.
can have a bit more mobility and how they change and how they adjust and how they adapt. And we do come from a perspective, especially me, of this is a cruise ship that can't just be changed course with a paddle.
Yeah.
And so, because there are so many voices and so many, you have to try to come towards the middle, so that it satisfies the most people, but it won't satisfy everybody on the outliers. So, but this is a great perspective, and thank you, Zabby, for writing in. Really do appreciate it.
Yeah, we do appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
And with that, it is time.
That's it.
The time of the slash move. Starting with at Wow in the Details, those slash moo to those four really nice people in my LFG dungeon last night. It was actually pleasant. # surprised.
I love it when that happens. It's like winning the lottery. Yahtzee. Got some good people in a group. Next up is from at Razor70. A huge slash moo to the amazing at Trade Chat. She has already raised over $26,000 for St. Jude. And my screen jumped on her stream.
Yes.
Sorry, I hit the up arrow and my screen shot way up. So $26,000. St. Jude isn't too far from where I live. It's only a couple hours away. Grew up going past it. It's a fantastic hospital for kids. And I'm so glad that Trey Chen and a lot of other people are raising money for it.
Yeah, go Panzer. That's fantastic.
Absolutely.
From _Lero / moo to my little girls who completely unknowingly motivate me and drive me to try harder to be a better person.
Awesome. And from Bane Bloodhoof at Son of Cairn. A / moo to the rad people who follow me. They always cheer. / moo to the rad people who follow me. They always cheer their high chieftain up.
Aw.
Yeah, awesome, Blaine.
From 112, I know it's not proper, but / moo to Marconin for making me laugh out loud every time my cell phone rings. Now, he has a specialized ringtone from Marconin as he won one of our random drawings for our patrons, our $5 patrons, and he had a ringtone specifically designed for him. And so we do that. We do a monthly drawing every month, and we say, you get to choose between a ringtone from Marconin or a coaching session from Jules. And people just kind of pick and choose what they want. And so, yeah, all you got to do.
He wanted. Yep. And then I just asked him what he wanted, and he said, something like this, and I made it. So
yeah, I
appreciate it, buddy. I'm glad you liked it.
And go ahead and read the last one.
Yes, the last one comes from Nymphadora. The biggest and hugest / moo that could ever exist. That's big. To my amazing husband for helping me through an awful anxiety attack. And the next biggest / moo to my friend who was also part of that. I have wonderful people in my life, and I can't thank them enough for what they do for me.
And coming from the chat room, Marcona's mom says an early happy birthday to my precious son on Thursday.
Love you, Mom. Thank you.
Happy early birthday to you.
Yes, yes.
Happy early birthday to you. Yes, it's awesome. And a happy belated birthday to Draven Dresden.
Yes.
Yay!
Happy belated birthday. And also, I know 2020 Sight's birthday is on Wednesday.
And 2020 Sight's on Wednesday. Happy early birthday to 20. And so we're going to be having a lot of birthday celebrations on Twitter this week. Woo!
Yes, we will.
Yes.
Gobs and gobs.
Gobs and gobs. Oh, my goodness. We're going to have all this fun. Okay. That, my friends, are our / moos and our show.
That is.
And this show is available on iTunes and Stitcher Radio, on alphabetgeekradio.com. You can come check our website out, taurenThinkTank.com. It has all of our podcasts. It has all information about what we are, who we are. We have our YouTube videos, every episode we've ever recorded. Our patrons, all of our patrons are listed there to say thank you to them. There's a lot of stuff up there. You should check it out.
Yeah.
Yes. So we have completed a show Which means we got to talk about what we're going to do this week. What are you going to do this week?
Well, what I'm going to do right now is wish happy birthday to Wicked because her birthday is today.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it says today is me half birthday / my brother's birthday. So I guess today is her birthday. If today is her birthday, then
No,
happy
it's her
birthday
half
to her.
birthday.
Her half birthday.
So
What?
it's
So it's like halfway. Oh, that's right. Okay,
it's
so
not
it's like 6.
it's not her full
Darn
birthday, it's her half birthday.
Okay, I thought it was like half her birthday, half her brother's birthday. Darn it. She tricked me.
She got you.
Tricked me. So what am I going to do this week? I'm going to try and get birthdays better and remember those better.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, so yeah, just work like usual. Goodness, I played a lot of the Tavern Brawl this week, which was pick 2, where you just pick 2 cards and that's all you get in your deck. And there's some awesome combinations that I've been seeing in there. Really creative stuff. So I may play or stream some Hearthstone.
Nice.
Maybe. I'm going to hopefully get a couple of achievement mounts. So I don't know if Cat on Fire is going to do any of the glory of the whatever achievement. We need to do a couple of them for what is it? Throne of Thunder. And I need a couple more I need one more for the Pandaria Raider. So yeah. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I know I should have remembered Wicked's birthday. It's the same as my mom's birthday. I just remembered that. I'm
okay.
dumb.
You have to put it in your phone right now.
Yes. Now that I got it remembered.
That's
okay.
awesome.
But yeah, that's about it. It's going to be kind of a easy week, overall. Just kind of do my own thing. If you guys want to see me play video games or something, just let me know. If you want to see me do, suck it up at Heroes, or if you want to see me do Mount Run still or anything like that, just let me know.
Tell Marcona, just tweet at him and say, "Hey Marcona, I want to watch you play video games," and he'll just start streaming. Yeah,
just let me know what you want me to see, what you want to, I want to know what you guys want to get out of me. So if you want to see me play Hearthstone some more, or heck, I don't know. I thought about doing like a thing where I stream making a ringtone. Just like how I do all the recording stuff and all that. If I can get that set up, then I'll try doing that. So
I'd like to see you do that.
Idea. Work the magic.
Yeah.
See how the sausage is made, I guess.
Right? I'd like to see you do that actually. So
all right.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
So yeah, that's pretty much all I got going on. I gotta work like you work. But we're getting every single day we get closer to being in the same room. And I can't wait for the movie thing.
It's been since January.
We've still got to announce something eventually.
Yes, we do.
That we're doing in June. We have to announce that.
Yeah, it's getting closer. We can announce it, and I will confirm it.
Yep.
I will confirm it, which shouldn't be a problem. But let's just say Marconin and I have something really, really cool that we're going to be able to do related to the Warcraft movie. Mm-hmm. And the story behind it will blow your mind.
Yep, and that's not a clickbait link for something on BuzzFeed.
No.
This cool podcast trick will blow your mind. Click here for more instances.
I just noticed that was probably really clickbaity of me, but you can't click anything. You just have to listen and go, "God damn it, Jules."
Podcast bait.
Just tell me what it is. So, and we have another, by the way, another upcoming birthday in the chat room for Than Beanie on Thursday as well.
Oh wow! Happy birthday,
yes.
fellow May 19th.
Yes,
that's awesome.
Yay! So there we go.
What about you? What are you going to do this week?
Okay, so Tuesday is Hot Ladies Night with the ladies, Jocelyn, Nevermore, Barber, and Jen, and me. So check that out at twitch.tv/JossPlays. We should have an episode of Case of the Mondays tomorrow night. It's tomorrow evening because the construction still continues in Pat's studio, and tomorrow is cabinets. So I got to see the studio, by the way, and it is awesome. Man. It's not done yet, but it's so cool.
I can't wait
it's like so cool. So yeah, they're about 3/4 of the way done, so it's really cool.
Awesome.
Let's see. We should have drinking and swearing on Friday night, which will be fun. We won't have Overwatch back yet, so we'll figure something out. What we'll do. And yeah, that's probably everything that I'm doing this week. I'm coaching a lot this week. I have a ton of appointments. So,
Oh,
hey,
nice.
and big shout outs to the people who I am currently coaching for being amazing and being referring people. My goodness. I'm getting all these
There you
emails
go.
from people who are saying, I heard that you're a life coach and I need a life coach. And you've come very highly recommended by someone that I know. And I'm like, yes, thank you. So
You need to get on Angie's list or something like that.
I should, right? I need to make my own website, which I need to do, and I've been trying to do for weeks and months and whatever, and just being lazy about it. So,
Yeah.
so if you're new to the show and you don't know, I also do life coaching on the side. And so if you are interested, just pop me an email at jules@taurenThinkTank.com. Ask me about it, and I will tell you about it because it's pretty darn awesome. If you
Yeah,
like what
and-
I do on this show and you want to know, if you want to know more about it, you want to, get some one-on-one just advice and coaching and perspective from me, that's how it works. So
Yeah. Well, and while you're plugging it, I do still do audio work for people. In fact, I got approached a few days ago by a fellow podcaster and friend that is wanting to do some voice work for their podcast. So
yes.
if you guys want any voice work or anything done, then just let me know. Just email the show and I'll get in touch with you. Or Twitter, that works too. But
That sounds perfect. So that's what's going on with us this week. And with that, it is time to bring the show to a close.
bring it on home.
Bring it on home right now. Tauren Think Tank is a proud member of the Signals Media All-Star Network. Find out more about the other great shows in the network by going to signalsmedia.com.
Portions of the music and sound effects heard on this show can be found at incompetech.com and freesound.org. You can find us outside of the show on our website, taurenThinkTank.com, which has all of our podcasts and information on how to get in touch with us.
Thank you to all who support our show via Patreon. If you would like to help out Triple T, you can do so at patreon.com/TaurenThinkTank. Want to meet other members of the Triple T community? Join our Discord server. The quick way to get there is tinyurl.com/TTTchat2.
That's something you should do. You can also like us on Facebook at facebook.com/TaurenThinkTank. You can find us on Twitter for the show at TaurenThinkTank. You can find the lovely Jules at JulesRPG and the subpar, mediocre, but kind of cool me at Marconin Wow.
Subpar, mediocre. What? Amazing, awesome, Marconin. Wow. Yes.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
She said it, not me.
I did. He's amazing. You need to go follow him on Twitter. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, chat room, for being with us tonight and hanging out every Sunday night at 8 o'clock Central Daylight Time. You can find us on a video stream live at twitch.tv/Tauren Think Tank if you want to join the amazing chat room and be with them as we do the show. And you can also listen to our mobile audio stream if you're in the car like I was today for 4 hours and you needed something to listen to. Alpha Geek Radio is at tunein.alphageekradio.com. We love seeing you here with us or having you hear us, however you choose to do so. Marconin,
Jules.
it was lovely to speak with you this evening.
Likewise.
Lovelier to be able to see your face again with your video.
I know. I don't know what the hiccup was with the internet. Darn you, network.
Darn you, network. But we will be back next week with another show, just like always, so we hope you will join us then.
Mm-hmm.
And we will see you then. Marconin, have a great week.
You too, Jules. Moo Crew, thank you for coming. Thank you for listening, folks, on the download. We will see you next week.
We have a really short outro. Let's go. For myself, for Marconin, for the entire chat room. Until next time. /moo, everybody.
/moo.
Tauren Think Tank. We make your problems less bad.
This podcast is a part of the Signals Media All-Star Network. For more information on this and other fine shows, go to signalsmedia.com. It's okay to stick our stuff in your ears. Really?
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 Oh, you guys
Now,
are
let me
saying
take a
it's
look
been
at
like,
that
thanks for a
brain.
great show. And my brain is going, you suck tonight. Like, my brain was just like, neural. Thank you for complimenting. Look at voice. Can you hear him? Is he talking?
Can you hear me? Hello?
No, the Zoidberg talking.
Well, it might be a little bit.
Oh.
I need to work on my Zoidberg.
Yes. Show titles. Yes. What you got for us? What you got for us? What you got for us? Because I will forget, and you have to remind me. And then we'll log off, and we'll like shit. Show titles.
What you got? What I need?
Wet jeans and a dead phone.
and a Moscato because I'm fancy. I do like Moscato. It's tasty. It's sweet. That's why I like it.
A sweet wine.
I don't like dry just wine. It's just
Wet jeans do sound gross.
They feel gross.
They do feel gross. If you've ever been in a pouring rainstorm while you're wearing jeans and then you like get drenched and you gotta go to work and you're just like, and jeans take forever to dry.
They do.
Oh.
You gotta stand next to like a heater or something, and even then,
don't need clothes to be
work.
cool.
Just Cheetah don't need no clothes to be cool. He's already cool. He's the ambassador for deliciousness.
I kind of like Bim's one, honestly. I think that's funny. I like 20s too, but I like that one for some reason.
Don't need clothes to be cool.
Don't need clothes to be cool.
And the subtitle could be "Cause I'm fancy."
Because I'm fancy.
Because I'm fancy. Oh man.
Happy Creaster. Yeah.
Happy Creaster.
I'm laughing because you haven't heard that. I'm surprised you've never heard it.
I might have, but I just don't remember it at all. I've never heard. I don't remember hearing that term before.
You only go on Christmas and Easter. Hey, chat room. By the way, I'll probably ask in Discord this week if I remember, and my brain is not totally out of it. If you guys want more commands for the Nightbot that you want to do, like the exclamation point command, tell me what you want because we can add some more. Because those have been added based off of stuff that you guys have said or liked, and you like to play with it. So. Yes. Oh, Draven, I'm sorry that you missed it. I'm sorry. It's okay. I think don't you raid or something on Sundays though? Is that why we missed you on Sundays?
Well, at least you're here at the end though.
Mm-hmm. The coffee kicked in about halfway through, and it was just like zing. And my head, I've been fighting a headache all night, but it just wound up again, like all of a sudden the headache went bye-bye. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Oh, you worked tonight.
Tell you what you want, what you really, really want.
Right. I do love our new background.
I do too. I love it.
I do. I love it.
Whammo did such a good job.
It's awesome.
It is such a good job. It's wonderful.
All right. Probably should get out of here so I can start editing because I'm going to have to chop that middle part where we were losing you.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Where is hers? I'm moving again. Yes, I am. I know that on the show last week. I am moving to Minneapolis. Hopefully not next month, July. And I am going to be working for Signals Media and Pat Crane. It's going to be pretty awesome. So
it is going to be awesome.
We've been talking about stuff. Like we sat down and we talked about stuff this morning. I had a call this morning at like 8:00 this morning because I'm talking to somebody in Australia who is doing some programming for us about some stuff that I have some ideas on. And so it's 13 hours ahead for him. So it's like nighttime. It's 9 p.m. and it's 8:00 in the morning for me. And so he's like, "You're awake. Let's talk." And I'm like, "I just woke up."
Okay. What's going on?
Yeah. Hi, Panda, by the way. He's not here. Because he's at work now. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. So strange. It's so weird. I'm not ever used to talking to somebody on the other side of the world, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm super excited. It's going to be a really cool opportunity for me. I went up there this weekend. I just got back about 2 hours before showtime. Not even 2 hours before showtime. 4 hours drive to go up there and look for a place. And I found something. And now I've got to sublet my apartment. Let's hope that this works out. Please.
Hey, Jules, I'm going to share my screen real quick because I got a picture.
A picture?
From,
Yeah.
Oh,
that
it's not
took
going to
during
come
the-
through the whole
Oh,
thing.
will come
but
in. Oh,
It's
okay.
only the section of you, so...
Oh, okay.
Do you want to send me the link of it? And I can...
Well, it's just I can send you the. Well, I need to save it. It's a picture of like part of Spike's face when he was right next to my camera.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah, you can't see. You just see like whiskers in his ear.
He
But
was
he's, like,
being
right
pokey
by-
tonight. He was like sticking
Yeah.
his face around the corner, and and Creepy just sent this. I'll link this in the chat room. I gotta get the. Come on, Twitter. Twitter, do your thing.
Come on, Twitter.
Do your thing, Twitter.
Stop being so funky. Do it.
Here it is. Copy. Paste. Oh,
Sorry about that.
that's okay. Marconin shared a photo. You guys heard my Skype.
Whip.
Oh, I have to open on this one. Hold on. Hold on. Marconin's gonna
Hold
go
on.
funky. Wrong way. This way. This way. Oh, God.
I was hoping he would like put his face in front of the camera and I could take a better screenshot.
Did you take that picture? Let me see if I
Uh-huh.
can. Here. Hang on. Here. Put this in this scene.
Silly kitty.
Add screen capture.
Excuse me.
Here. This is the picture. Spike's ears in the camera. This is what Marconin saw from his perspective, because he has a camera that isn't pointed to the stream. So that's awesome. Let me fix Marconin again so you can see him. That's funny. Spike kept walking around my desk. I don't know if you guys saw him because he kept coming around over here, just kind of poking his. They've missed me. They missed Mama because I was gone for a day and a half. So too funny.
Yeah. That's like, Pixie's been at all over me all weekend. I don't know why. She's just been, she's like, I want to be next to you all the time.
That
Just
picture you
following
sent me on
around.
Friday where she looked like she was taking a selfie.
Uh-huh.
That was funny.
It was such a goofy picture because it just looked like she was looking right at the she was looking right at the camera because I did the front facing camera and like put it around me, like right there in front of her, and she was
Yeah.
just looking at herself like, huh?
Ooh.
What?
All right, lovely people. We're going to get out of here so I can start editing the show. I can go to
Yep.
bed because I'm tired. I'm tired.
Yeah, me too. I
Marconis
did take a little nap before the show. But I do need to sleep here in a bit.
I can't do this right. So hard. It's like that.
Yeah, we'll see you later, folks.
We love you guys.
Yes, we do.
Bye. Slash boo,
See you next
everybody.
week. /boo, guys.